Rejecting the Sabbath is an open act of war against God. From the very beginning, God established the Sabbath as a sacred day of rest and worship. In Genesis 2:2-3, after completing creation, God himself rested on the seventh day, blessed it, and set it apart. This was not a suggestion or a tradition. It was a divine command, an eternal covenant between God and his people. Yet, the world has rejected it. Today, billions follow man-made traditions, openly disregarding the commandment that God wrote with his own finger in stone. Rejecting the Sabbath is not just a minor theological disagreement, it is an open act of defiance against the Almighty. Exodus 20:8-11 is crystal clear. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. These are not the words of a prophet or a disciple, but of God himself. He did not say, keep any day you choose. He did not say, the Sabbath is temporary. Instead, he commanded his people to remember it, because he knew the world would try to make them forget. History reveals how this rebellion began. In AD 321, Emperor Constantine, a former sun worshipper, issued a decree making Sunday the official day of rest. The Roman Catholic Church later admitted to changing the Sabbath, claiming the authority to override the Bible. The Catholic record, September 1, 1923, boldly states, Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that. By their own admission, they changed God's law. Who gave man the authority to change the commandments of God? The Bible warns in Daniel 7:25 that a power would think to change times and laws. This prophecy has been fulfilled. Revelation 13 speaks of a beast power that will enforce false worship upon the world. Revelation 14:12 describes God's true followers as those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. The final conflict will not be about opinions or traditions. It will be about obedience. Rejecting the Sabbath is rejecting God's authority. It is an act of war against the Creator of the universe. Those who knowingly ignore his law are aligning themselves with rebellion. In Matthew 15:9, Jesus warns, "In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men." Worship without obedience is empty. Some claim that the Sabbath was abolished, yet Jesus himself said in Matthew 5:17, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law." The apostles continued observing the Sabbath long after Christ's resurrection, as seen in Acts 17:2. There is no biblical record of the Sabbath being changed. The Bible makes a powerful promise in Isaiah 66:22-23 that even in the new heavens and the new earth, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. If the Sabbath will be kept in eternity, why would it be disregarded now? God is calling his people back to truth. The choice is clear. Follow the commandments of God or follow the traditions of men. This is not just a matter of personal preference, it is a test of loyalty in the final days. The question remains, will you obey God or join the rebellion? The time to choose is now. Is